If you don't post your photos on social media, people might assume you're shy, insecure, or hiding something. But psychology suggests something very different. In fact, choosing not to constantly share your image online often reflects a deeper level of self-awareness, emotional strength, and independence that most people are still trying to develop. So, if you've ever felt different because you don't post yourself often, this video will help you understand why that might actually be your power. And if you enjoy deep psychological insights like this, make sure you subscribe now, because what you're about to discover might completely change how you see yourself. Number 1. You don't rely on external validation. Psychology shows that many people post photos as a way to seek validation. Likes, comments, and approval become a form of emotional reward. But if you rarely or never post your photos, it often means your sense of self-worth doesn't depend on other people's reactions. You don't need constant reassurance to feel good about yourself. For example, while others might feel the urge to post every good moment to be seen, you're more comfortable just experiencing it. You can enjoy a beautiful day, a personal achievement, or even your own appearance, without needing anyone else to confirm it. And that's not a weakness, that's emotional independence. Number 2, you value privacy in a world that overshares. Research indicates that people who are more self-aware tend to be more selective about what they share. In a time where everything is posted, thoughts, relationships, locations, choosing privacy is actually a conscious and intentional decision. You understand that not everything needs to be public. For instance, you might take photos, but keep them for yourself or close friends instead of posting them for everyone. You're not trying to hide your life, you're protecting it. This reflects a strong sense of boundaries, something that many people struggle to develop, and in psychology, healthy boundaries are a key sign of emotional maturity. Number 3, you're more focused on real-life presence. Psychology suggests that people who are less active in posting tend to be more present in the moment. Instead of thinking, "How will this look online?" you're thinking, "How does this feel right now?" You're experiencing life directly, not through a screen. For example, at an event, others might be busy taking the perfect selfie or recording everything. But you're more likely to be engaged in conversations, observing people, and actually living the moment. This kind of presence is linked to higher life satisfaction and deeper emotional experiences. You're not documenting life for attention, you're living it for yourself. Number 4, you have a strong internal identity. Research shows that people with a stable sense of identity feel less need to present themselves constantly to others. If you don't post your photos often, it may mean you already know who you are. You're not trying to build an image because you don't feel lost without one. For example, some people carefully curate their online appearance to shape how others see them, but you don't feel that pressure. You're comfortable being yourself, whether people are watching or not. That quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need to be displayed, is one of the strongest forms of self-assurance. Number 5, you observe more than you seek attention. Psychology shows that people who post less often tend to be more observant and reflective. You notice details others miss. You analyze behavior, energy, and patterns in people. Instead of being in the spotlight, you're often the one understanding everything happening around it. For example, while others are focused on being seen, you're picking up on tone shifts in conversations, body language, or emotional undercurrents. This makes you more emotionally intelligent and socially aware. And ironically, while you may appear quiet or reserved online, your mind is often more active and perceptive than most. Number 6, you're less influenced by comparison culture. Social media is built on comparison. Who looks better? Who's doing more? Who's living the best life? Research indicates that constant exposure to curated images can increase anxiety and lower self-esteem. But by not actively participating in posting your own photos, you naturally distance yourself from that cycle. You're less likely to measure your worth based on how you look compared to others. For example, instead of worrying about getting the perfect photo, you're free from that pressure entirely. You don't need to compete in a space that was never designed for authenticity. And that protects your mental clarity in ways you may not even realize. So if you don't post your photos on social media, it doesn't mean you're insecure, it doesn't mean you're boring, and it definitely doesn't mean you're missing out. It often means you're grounded, self-aware, and emotionally independent in a world that constantly pushes people to seek attention. You've chosen depth over display, presence over performance, and authenticity over approval. So the next time you feel different because you don't post like everyone else, remember this: not everything valuable needs to be seen to be real, and not everyone who stays private is hiding. Some people are simply protecting their peace. If this video made you see yourself in a new way, subscribe now for more psychology insights that help you understand your mind, your behavior, and what makes you truly different. Because sometimes the traits you question the most are actually your greatest strengths.